Hi, I'm Judith Manriquez, and I want to tell you a little bit about Activate Emergence. Before I do, let's put this into perspective. This is for women who are conscious and intuitive and have their own business. Chances are you've been doing this for a long time. You've been doing the inner work to really learn how to express your highest potential. You've probably been doing this because you really wanted to learn how to do things on your own terms, in your own energy, in alignment, because you wanted more ease and joy in your life. It's that simple. So in order to give you some context, yes, I have notes because I want to make sure we're kind of doing this in an organized way. We're actually on a new frontier of energy and consciousness. And that means that our ability to create into our highest potential is heightened in the extreme. We're actually going through a transition in energy, and we'll see it in a few years and be able to look back and look, oh, that's what's going on. And I've been kind of calling it sort of an emergence process, but I'm going to explain it in this video and really make it relevant. And then I'm going to tie it into what Activated Emergence is and why I'm offering it at this time. Okay, so let's take a look at the very big picture visionary view of what's going on. We're actually at this time experiencing symptoms of new Earth 5D energy working through our energy bodies. Maybe you feel this, maybe you've come into contact with this, maybe you can understand it. But for me, the awareness about this is that these higher concentrations, like higher vibration energies, are moving through our entire energy field. They can feel disruptive, turbulent, and triggering. That's how some of us have been feeling. Now, it can make it really, really hard to stay in flow when we kind of feel this sort of dissonance in our energy field, but it's not really dissonance. And oftentimes that can make us feel unclear or uncertain. And then it can feel really, really frustrating when you're trying to grow a business and you're feeling all of this, like you're feeling it or you're experiencing it in your life in some way. So what's happening is that this particular energy is actually waking up people on the planet. It is a kind of waking up and accelerating of growth. Okay. However, if you've been doing the work for years, which is what I said, we've probably been doing this work for a while, you've been doing the inner work, what does it mean to you, right? If there's this new higher concentration energy, higher vibrational energy, and the whole planet is vibrating at this level, what does it mean? It means that this time, it's time for you to transition into being the person you've been growing into. And it might sound sort of obvious. I know we're all trying to do this, but there is such a subtle change in the way this works. And part of what I am understanding now is that it's actually a lot easier than doing a lot of the work, which doesn't mean we don't have to do it, but just recognize the higher vibration energies are going to wake up a lot of people. For those of us who woke up a while ago and have been doing a lot of work, we've been bringing this energy in, which means the energy is waiting for us to walk into it and be who we were trying to be. Does that make sense? So this requires a really small but profound shift in order to integrate that energy. Okay, so what it means is it's time for you to learn how to be in the new Earth energies and not slip out of it and go into old Earth energy. So I'm using this language of new Earth to reflect kind of the higher vibrational energies on the planet and who we're existing in or what we're existing in now. You have been working on becoming the potential of who you are, and now you can actually be it, right? So follow me through this. This time, this frequency is for you an opportunity to know that you are that which you are growing into, okay? Makes sense, I hope. Now, let me explain. This is how it shows up. All the work that you did to move through your growth taught you that there are multiple realities. You understand this because you accessed them when you went through healing your ancestral trauma, healing your mother wound, healing your inner child. You know there are multiple realities to access and work on. You learned this. You actually created realities or created a consciousness that holds us all believing this and seeing it with greater ease. Your healing and growth also showed you how to step into the field of expanded consciousness. So you do this when you step into meditation, you do this when you channel, when you're following your intuition, when you speak to your guides. You're in a field of expanded consciousness, okay? That's the second thing we've learned. The next thing that your healing growth did is that you learned that things are not linear. Either because you did past life work or ancestral work, or you did future life work. That's not linear necessarily because you're standing in the now and doing other things. Or you learned this because synchronicities happened. So I didn't have to do this to this to this to get to the end point. And you have also learned it because you've begun to feel how time can expand and contract. It's happening with much more intensity. And if you're noticing it, that's another example of seeing how consciousness is not linear. Reality is not linear. And the last thing that you learned is that you learned how to work and move with energy. So here's what all your healing and growth did. You learned to work with energy because, I mean, you can feel it in the way you move intuition, the way that you follow your intuition. It's what you're doing when you do your work with your clients. You're moving or feeling energy, or you're empathic, or you're intuitive. I don't think I have to go into a lot of detail on that. So here's all the things you learned through the process of your growth, right? And here's what it means now. Okay, this is like the big point of the whole conversation. You essentially taught yourself how to live in quantum reality. Okay, because that's what this is. New Earth is quantum reality. It means New Earth means higher consciousness. New Earth means quantum realities, which means that there are multiple realities and easy access to infinite possibilities. The challenge that we're facing now is staying in that particular reality. So the way I talk about it is the challenge is staying in New Earth energies. And it's challenging because when you open your eyes and you see physical reality, it feels real still. You've been taught your whole life that this is solid reality, that these beliefs are true. And you have thought patterns and belief systems and emotional patterns that keep taking you back into, let's call it old Earth reality. So this is the transition for us now. It's not necessarily about doing more healing work, although we still will. It's about learning to stay in New Earth as opposed to slipping into old Earth. And it's learning to not allow the old beliefs and vibration and habits to lead you out of New Earth. So we can do an example. So let's see if I can take you through an example here. Let's take a look at a dream that you've had that you haven't materialized yet. Okay. Now you can take a moment to like reflect, because you're going to know essentially what's holding you back. You're going to know the limiting beliefs or the sabotage patterns that you have that kind of hold you back from from achieving the thing you've been wanting to. You have them. So you can know that belief and then go into meditation or sit in whatever process you use and feel the dream you've been creating, the thing you want. And when you're in that expanded consciousness, when you choose to allow yourself to imagine or step into the energy of your creation, you can feel it becoming. Some people can feel it there. Many of us can say, I know I could be there and I don't know what's holding us back. Like I know this should be happening and it's not there, okay? But what happens is when you step out of that expanded free flow consciousness, you come back to the thoughts and the habits and the feeling tone of the problem, of the belief. And if you follow the energy, what's actually happening is you're going from 5D or new earth energy, and then something in the physical world brings you back to 3D old earth energy. So it's a shift in energy. It's like you're walking into an expanded room into a smaller room, closed room, and that closed room has linear reality and it has limitations in a way that we don't have to be accessing anymore. So I think this can make sense to you. Like, I know this can make logical mental sense from the way that we've learned to work with energy, only understanding it and then knowing how to realize it are two different things. It's kind of like, I just read a book about how to ride a bike and I get how it happens, but doing it is something else entirely. And so that is where Activate Emergence comes in, because we are at a stage of our growth in our energy and in our consciousness and in the collective energy, it's not collective energy, it's in the vibration on the planet, where we are learning how to be differently than we have been being for this entire process you've been doing to grow the planet to this stage, right? So for your entire journey of healing, growing, learning, expanding, becoming more of who you are. So Activate Emergence is designed to help you. So what will it do? In summary, it harmonizes your energies. It opens up the flow of clarity and possibilities, and then it's support for you to begin taking action in this new vibration. So it's the details are, it's a 6-week program. It's a group program, and it is only going to be a small cohort of 8 to 10 women in each round. So there'll be multiple rounds, but the first one starts September 27th. So it's coming up. And the reason I'm keeping it at 8 to 10 is because I want to be able to offer really deeply personal help, work, mentoring. And the reason we're doing it as a group is because when you put a group energy together, everyone's energy is amplified. So the growth will happen with greater ease. And every time one person gets it, it's going to be shared with the rest of the people energetically, which means your journey will happen faster. So 6 weeks, we're going to have weekly calls and on Zoom, about 90 minutes. And then you're going to have open access to me on Voxer. That's what Activate Emergence is in the details. During our time together, we're going to basically do 3 basic elements. The first element will be an activation of energy, and it's going to harmonize our energy bodies. And it's actually going to take about 6 weeks for most people for that energy to move through, which is one of the reasons it's a 6-week program. The second reason it's a 6-week program is because we are going to practice staying in new earth energies and become aware of the habits, the thought patterns, the beliefs, and the emotions that take us back into limited linear thinking and believing. So we're just going to redo them. And specifically, what we're going to be doing is looking at it from your real life perspective. So this is the third element. Whatever you're working on, whatever thing you're growing, whatever dream you're trying to create, whatever project you're putting into motion, we're going to do it around that in practice for you. So it's very practical, it's very hands-on, it's very in real life to create the growth and the momentum and help you activate emergence. Become that which you have been becoming. Be the thing that you've been becoming. So a couple of things that I want to answer. There's questions that have come up. So does this mean that you won't be doing more growth and healing if you can stay in this state? Well, actually, no, that's not true. We will never stop expanding. But the growth that we do make when we can be that which we've been becoming is going to happen in a different way. It doesn't have to happen with struggle. It doesn't have to happen with pain. We're going to begin to experience growth from a completely different perspective. And it's not something that many of us get to experience because this energy is so new. We are bringing this in right now. Okay, second question is, Does it mean if you take activate emergence, your dream will come true, your thing will come into form? Well, we're going to activate the energy for it to become into form, but will it actually manifest in the time we're together? Probably not. I just want to be really honest with you. This is about activating the energy that will bring you into the new higher consciousness so everything feels better and you're able to move and stay in alignment with greater ease. You're not going to feel the disruptions. You're not going to feel the same lack of clarity, and you're going to learn how to spot the beliefs and thoughts that take you into 3D energy. Okay. So what I'd like to do is, if all of this is feeling good for you, I want to invite you to apply for Activate Emergence. There's a short application form, and you schedule time with me to have a one-on-one so we make sure we're both a fit and that this program's a fit for you. And if you've listened all the way here and you're thinking, now's not the right time, it's not good timing for me, I still want to invite you to apply, and here's why. I'm going to run waves of this. So each cohort will be starting probably every 2 weeks or so, as I have 8 women come together for this. And when you join, your energy is going to begin to integrate. When you commit or decide that I really want to do this, but not right now, you will begin to be pulled into this energy in a way that begins to streamline you as well. So it's a consciousness that you're joining, basically. So I do want to invite you to let me know of your interest by applying. Okay. The other thing is, I want to make you very aware that I made this program extremely accessible. I think some people might look at this and think, oh, she's not charging enough. I don't want to do that. I want this to be enormously accessible. Yes, because it's a new program, there will be a lot of support, and no, it won't go on forever. I keep feeling like this is going to go on through to January, and then the program is going to morph into something a little bit more expanded, because our consciousness is moving so very quickly. So let's go. Are you ready? Go ahead and apply now. And of course, if you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram. You can DM me there with questions, or you can find my contact form on my website. And those will be in the link related to this video for wherever you find it. Okay. Thank you so much. And please share if you know somebody for whom this is going to benefit. All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.